We see that there are many factors, and it makes the grace period difficult for many immigrants to track accurately. So, this leads to unintentional status violations. If you can tell us about some of these factors, it'll be great.
Sure. I'll talk about one issue that I'm seeing a lot nowadays and causing a lot of issues. And the main issue is, so what happens is people get an H-1B approval. And say they get an approval for 3 years. They look at their H-1B approval, the approval copy from USCIS. They see their I-94 date on their H-1B approval. They just assume that they're good to stay in the country for the next 3 years. The problem is, after they get their approval, they travel out of the country. They go out of the country and they come back. Travel will reset your I-94 end date. The reason is, whenever you travel out of the country, you come back, CBP will always issue you a new I-94 that you can download on the website. They do not put it on your passport. They ask you to download it on the website, the CBP website. And people just assume that because they have their H-1B approval for 3 years, they don't have to check their CBP approval. And what we are seeing is CBP sometimes accidentally makes a mistake, or sometimes what they do is they shorten the I-94 to the date matching on their passport, the passport expiration date. And unknowingly, the I-94s get reduced because of their travel. So whenever people are traveling out of the country and coming back, the unintentional violation that we are seeing is people forget to check their I-94. And now CBP is giving them a reduced I-94, and people are just assuming that their H-1B approval is the valid one. And the reason CBP shortens the I-94 date is typically because the passport is expiring. So when the passport expires, CBP will always reduce the I-94 end date. Or sometimes maybe it's a mistake. And what happens is people don't get any kind of a notification. And whenever the times comes for extension filing or transfer filing, in our law firm, a lot of times we are looking at the I-94 issued by the CBP, we are looking at the I-94 issued by USCIS. And because of this travel, the I-94 got reset. So now we have to go back and tell that somebody has unintentionally violated their status. And people are stressed out. We are having to go back to USCIS, explain what has happened, and USCIS may or may not approve it. And this kind of a miscalculation will lead to overstay. So the short message for everybody is, anytime you travel out of the country, that travel will reset your I-94. So whenever you're traveling out of the country, always download your I-94 immediately and make sure everything is right. If not, if your I-94 got reduced, at least you know that you have to act and apply for an extension before your CBP I-94 expires.